The Rock had just opened up a bunch of routes for his WWE future, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out how this affects John Cena's title reign. Starting things off with everything related to The Rock, because he just revealed a lot of things that has fans truly scratching their heads with lots of questions. One of the biggest disappointments about WrestleMania 41 was most definitely the noticeable absence of The Rock. And no, WWE technically never promised or advertised The Rock to make an appearance at WrestleMania 41, but the story foundation that they set in place at Elimination Chamber and the whole entire thing about soul selling is what really made it seem surely that The Rock had a significant role to play at WrestleMania 41. John Cena sold his soul to The Rock in exchange for some big favor or deal that we would surely see get paid off at WrestleMania 41. Just some sort of personal assistance from The Rock during the main event of WrestleMania 41 Night 2. Maybe it was restarting the match, changing the rules on the spot, just anything to make us sit back and think to ourselves, oh okay, that's why John Cena sold his soul to The Rock. And this is insane help that he's getting from a board member for selling out. But we didn't get any of that. Instead, we just got a run-in from Travis Scott, which just makes everything look a bit goofy in the bigger picture, because is that the deal that John Cena agreed on? Did John Cena really abandon his morals of 25 plus years in exchange of some outside interference help from a celebrity guest star like Travis Scott? When you look at the story like that and put the pieces together with what they gave us so far, it does look a bit weak. Even if The Rock was not going to be there, there's just got to be another bigger way to pay off the deal between John Cena and The Rock. Maybe a corrupt referee. Maybe The Rock put together a group of individuals together from NXT and sent them out there to help John Cena at WrestleMania. Just pretty much anything else besides Travis Scott playing a deciding factor in the WWE Championship match in the main event of WrestleMania. It was the ideal spot to showcase The Rock's board of director powers and show you why John Cena aligned with him after all, but all we got was just a Travis Scott run-in. So the ball was massively dropped with that perspective of the story. Here, all the fans were thinking that John Cena and The Rock have some big plan and big deal in place within the story, but in reality, they had nothing there for that big reveal, so that was a bit disappointing. John Cena barely mentioned The Rock during the build-up to WrestleMania, and fans assumed that was by design so that we could be stunned with the big WrestleMania reveal. But turns out that Cena was not mentioning The Rock because there was no plans at all for The Rock to have a role in the story in the immediate future. That's why he had nothing to say about him. Heel John Cena is great and continues to be a lot of fun to watch. But knowing we know now of The Rock having no involvement at WrestleMania 41, you go back to that big John Cena heel turning moment from Elimination Chamber, and if you watch it back in current day, it makes absolute no sense. Right before John Cena's heel turn itself, Cena had already won the Elimination Chamber match. His WWE title match against Cody Rhodes was already booked and stamped for the main event of WrestleMania 41. And now we know that The Rock would go on to miss WrestleMania 41 and do nothing at all for John Cena in this story after the Elimination Chamber moment. It makes you wonder what was even the point of John Cena's heel turn and aligning with The Rock. He already had the WWE title match at that point, and if The Rock was going to disappear again after that night, it just really makes you wonder what was the purpose of that entire situation. Looking back at it now, it sort of feels like it was one of those big one-night-only stories that had no follow-up to it. It created a viral moment and then was left to flatline. Maybe it would have made more sense had John Cena lost the Elimination Chamber match, had his WrestleMania dreams crushed, but then sells out to The Rock. The Rock uses his board of director powers to flex to John Cena and get him into the main event of WrestleMania. That's not the perfect idea by any means, but at least gives you a reasoning for John Cena to sell out. It shows that The Rock abuses his power and just makes everything make more sense. If things unfolded like that, and The Rock still missed WrestleMania 41, it would not have been that big of a deal because The Rock gave John Cena the privilege of being in the match in the first place, so that was the payoff of Cena selling out. But the actual story we see on television right now is disappointing, because at least up until this point, John Cena selling out to The Rock makes no sense, because Cena has received nothing in exchange for his soul, nothing outside of some assistance from Travis Scott. The Rock appeared on the Pat McAfee show and said that immediately after Elimination Chamber took place, he told Cody and Cena that he felt like the final boss's work in the story was done, and that he wanted the both of them to carry it on out from there. And when it comes to WrestleMania 41, The Rock says he personally chooses to stay away and not appear in the main event because he didn't want to take the spotlight off John Cena and felt like the entire focus should be on John and his 17th world title, which sounds great until you think about how Travis Scott had a full entrance and played a big deciding factor in the outcome of the match. So technically speaking, the solo spotlight was not just on John Cena after all. So if you gave fans the choice on who should have that run and roll at WrestleMania 41 between Travis Scott and The Rock, literally every fan's going to pick The Rock because that makes more sense in the story instead of just a one-off appearance from a celebrity that pretty much doesn't really mean anything in the bigger picture of this specific storyline. So it was just a mind-blowing one to hear The Rock say that he felt like his work in the storyline was done after Elimination Chamber, because every fan was pretty much thinking the exact opposite. We all thought that that was the very beginning of seeing The Rock's partnership with John Cena and what he would reward him with for selling out. So just a complete letdown of a storyline there regarding specifically the John Cena and Rock partnership aspect of the story. Heel John Cena is still amazing and doing big things, but the ball was seriously dropped right through the floor for when it comes to everything with The Rock and Cena's pairing. The Rock confirmed that his Elimination Chamber appearance was not really meant to set up a WrestleMania role for himself. He said that he got a call from the higher-ups, and they explained that ticket sales needed help for Elimination Chamber, and that's when The Rock agreed to make an appearance and started brainstorming ideas for the appearance. The Rock's first pitch was for Cody Rhodes to turn heel at Elimination Chamber, but Triple H and WWE eventually pitched the idea for John Cena to turn heel. They all loved it, and that was the route that they went in. So there was never any role or appearance planned for The Rock after Elimination Chamber. It was a one-off appearance for ticket sale reasons. But The Rock did not give up hope for the future, though. He said that they'll eventually get back to the whole soul-selling dynamic and that part of the story in the future. How can this plot hole be fixed for the John Cena and Rock partnership aspect of the story? It seems pretty simple. All we gotta see is The Rock give John Cena a bunch of things that help him, that he would have never gotten if he didn't sell his soul. Maybe match stipulations that favor John Cena, maybe some easy matchups, maybe literally saving Cena's title in a critical moment. Just anything like that would help get this part of the story back on track. So hopefully we do get to see John Cena and The Rock share the ring again sometime this year and go a bit more in depth with that part of the story that a lot of fans were looking forward to. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.